a checkup done, get an X-ray done, MRI done, and you get a surgery or something else done. But what we want to establish here is to identify the problem before it starts. Means we can do a prehab. Means we assess these injuries, but we didn't have a tool to assess it well. So we just recently got a tool from Australia, which is helping us assess this, which is called the WALD. And this is what we are making it as the main thing to assess patients or even pre-patients or sportsmen, so that we can identify the problem areas and correct them before we can even get into surgery part of it. And not all surgeries, all injuries require surgeries. That's the reason why we want to assess them and get them to rehabilitation, where my physio team comes into play. And if they come into surgery, we have developed a team in our own unit where I do upper limb surgery, shoulder, elbow, and hand surgery. My team, Dr. Amit Reddy, does mostly foot and ankle. Dr. Ravi Teja does knee surgery. Dr. Nitish Ban does hip surgery. So we have identified each part of our team to take care of one part of the body. And this is what the ethos of whole thing is. And once you've had the surgery, the most important thing, as you know, as sportsmen, we need to get back to your level of original activity. So that's when we assess them again. We have normative data for the national teams, so we can get these patients back onto that level and then get them back to sports. That's the return to sports program. And as a physiotherapist, you would understand this very well. So to make it more interactive, I would just start some questions and answers so you can answer some questions. So starting off with a captain. Excellent team at the moment, doing very well. Congratulations for your going on to the top of the table. Applause to him. And one thing I love about Pat Cummins is your presence on the field changes the way the whole team works. It's amazing. You're very calm, composed. You have done it to the Australian team, which was actually in the bottom, and you have raised it to that level where they have won championships. Now you're doing that with SRH. A decade ago, we won the team, we won the cup. This is the time we are going to win it. What do you think?
Thank you. First of all, great to be here. It's a beautiful looking building and place, so congratulations on what you've done here. I can't take too much credit. I've only played the last 3 or 4 games. So these boys have been flying the whole season. I think you're lucky today. You've got the smartest guys in the team, the fast bowlers.
Yeah.
And I think these guys are a lot of the reason why we're at the top of the table. So I've loved it. Hyderabad's been great to me the last couple of years. It's a very easy bunch of players to look after. Everyone knows what they want to do out there, so it's easy for me to stay nice and calm and just let the guys shine because they're all superstars.
Thank you. And you've been through injuries, sports injuries. And especially I remember in the Ashes series last time, the very critical matches you were missing from this thing. What was the main injury and how did you recover from it? And when do you actually decide that I'm good enough to go and play?
Yeah, so I've had quite a few injuries, like most fast bowlers, mainly back injuries, stress fractures. And I mean, to be honest, without a place like this, like a very high caliber of care over the years, I definitely wouldn't be in the position that I am right now. So there's a lot of testing, MRI, a lot of kind of workload management. They're probably the main things, and then of course you do gym and rehab and things around that. But yeah, it's constant kind of, because they're mainly bone injuries, it's screening and kind of monitoring until you get it up to a level where you feel like you can start building up and get ready for the high intensity that an IPL match needs.
Are there any objective measures of finding out, when you're fit to go back?
Yeah, again, MRI is definitely probably the most objective when it comes to how the bone is healing. But we'll also use GPS monitors we wear them in the back of our shirt. You might see that in a game. That gives you good data on the intensity that you're bowling, how many balls you're bowling, your run-up speed, things like that. That's pretty good objective measures at training to know that you're ready for a game.
So the technology you see on the screen, or the various technology we're getting for tracking the ball and everything else, I bet that would have been replicated in the physiotherapy as well. How much of it is helping you with getting them back to their normal activities?
First of all, we get all the normative data, and we see their pre-season data, and with all the collective data which we had the previous year, and see where he is, and if there any lag in that, we try to match it, probably try to offload him and train him more before getting into the major event.
Okay. But once you've had an injury and you want to recover, for example, you've had a hectic day yesterday, how do you recover from it immediately for the next game? Because IPL is a quite packed season. So how do you actually come around that?
Yeah, when you get into a tournament, the playing is obviously the priority. So, I don't do a lot of bowling outside of games. It's mainly about recovery. And for me, that's, today I did gym. So that's, hamstrings, glutes, kind of things that as a fast bowler you need to manage constantly. So I'll do that. And most of my focus outside of the game is actually on kind of preparing my plans. But the actual physical prep is mainly done in the gym or resting. And there's 14 games in 7 or 8 weeks. You do most of your work in the games.
And many times I've seen that when the team is down, you pick up the ball and you say you bowl. And that is an amazing quality you have as a captain. And that's how a leader should be. How do you mentally prepare yourself when you're down? And how do you get the team up?
It's an IPL game, so it's not that hard to get everyone excited and amped up. I think you want to get more excited about what happens if things go right than thinking about what goes wrong. So as fast bowlers, the odds are stacked against you a lot in IPL. It's big scores.
Yes.
But it also presents an opportunity to bounce back. Even if you have one bad over, your next over could still win that match because the scores are so high. So just trying to problem solve, get better. You're not going to win every game in the season. So not stressing too much about it. It's more about how can I learn from this, get better for the next game.
Great. Thank you very much. Now we'll move. Yeah, one more question.
Pat, I have a question for you. How do you prepare mentally? Because there's so much of pressure. See, I'm in the sport of archery, and we know this amount of pressure you have when we go into the Olympics. Now, how do you prepare for this mental pressure?
Yeah, I'd say 2 things. One is I actually want to be as fresh as I can, so I actually switch off from cricket as much as I can. And then I feel like when I need to switch on in the game, I've got kind of enough bandwidth to give it my full focus. So not spending 24 hours a day wasting my energy before the actual game starts. And then the second one is just being as prepared as you can. We do a lot of, we'll sit around the morning of a game, we'll go through a bit of data, we'll kind of plan how we think we want to play. And as a captain, I'll have a plan B, plan C. So I go into the game fresh, feeling like I've got different plans wherever the game takes me. I don't get too nervous. I feel like there's not much more I could have done, and I've probably played enough that whatever gets thrown at me, I've seen it before and try and adapt.